everybody, welcome back to the Up at Noon Thanksgiving special that Brian couldn't make it to because he had a pizza accident. I'm Max Scoville. This is our producer, Zach Ryan.
What's going on, guys?
Sometimes Zach comes on the camera to yell at us for being bad.
That's true.
Today we're doing a little fun with the Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker.
Yeah. So.
Are you thankful for this game?
I am very thankful for this game. In fact, I am the most thankful for this game because this just so happens to be my most favorite game of all time.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
So I'm a huge Zelda fan, and it actually started with The Wind Waker.
No kidding. That's odd. Most people usually get into it much earlier.
Yeah, I was a Nintendo guy. I didn't get a PlayStation guy, I should say. I didn't get a system until I was in the 7th grade. So my first system was a PlayStation, and I didn't play hardly any Nintendo games. Whoops.
Oh, you died.
No,
I'm
all right.
Again.
I didn't play hardly any Nintendo games until I actually saw the first demo or the first trailer for The Wind Waker, and went out and bought a GameCube for it.
You're older than me.
Only by a year.
You're an adult man.
Yeah.
That's really odd. I mean, my first Zelda was Link to the Past, which is one of my favorite games of all time. I mean, I think that if I was really stuck with like one game forever, that's a pretty good bet that I'd go with that one.
Yeah.
A lot of people jumped on on Ocarina of Time.
Sure.
Majora's Mask less so, but like by the time this rolled around, so few people had GameCubes kind of comparatively to N64 and Super Nintendo. This was kind of a dark horse. It's kind of a cult classic.
Well, so there was that whole thing, right, where Nintendo debuted the GameCube at Space World with the super realistic Zelda demo. Do you remember that one? With Link fighting, I think it was like a giant spider?
Vaguely. Wasn't that the Wii U, though?
There was a Wii U version, like a similar one, but they debuted this like super realistic, kind of more along the lines of what a GameCube version of Ocarina of Time might have looked like.
Right. And
then a few years later, when it came time to announce the game, they debuted this super cartoony Zelda, and everybody was really pissed.
Now,
but that, to me, like as soon as I saw this look, I was sold.
Yeah,
like, I love this like Saturday morning cartoon aesthetic, and like the character designs are amazing. Like, look at this bird boy.
He's a good bird boy.
Yeah.
I've actually always liked this. I like this a lot better aesthetically. I honestly, I've never really gotten into any of the 3D Zeldas. That doesn't feel like Zelda to me.
Really?
I know for a lot of people that's what it's been ever since.
Sure.
But like my favorite Zelda games are Link to the Past, Minish Cap.
I love the Minish Cap. I almost suggested we play the Minish Cap here today. Yeah.
If you have a Game Boy Advance, you should play that game.
You can play it on Wii U. Actually, it's in the Nintendo eShop.
Yeah, that's an excellent one. But I always kind of associated Zelda with this very kind of like this storybook kind of simplicity. Everything's kind of cute. And stuff is still sometimes cute in Ocarina and Majora's Mask, but it's also a lot darker.
Yeah, well, Majora's Mask is especially like super dark.
And then you get like, I don't like
Twilight
the idea
Princess too.
I don't like the idea of Link being a large man. I kind of like him as this little boy. And a lot of people are, you kind of play as him as a little kid, but I feel like this look also has aged so much better.
Yeah, well, and especially considering that this is the HD version.
Oh yeah, they did a good job with this.
Yeah, it's amazing,
and
man.
that's the beauty of cel-shaded stuff.
This game was so good looking to begin with, and then when they went through, they really did a good job of tuning up the graphics. Like the textures are insane. It looks, to this day, and forever will, looks like a Saturday morning cartoon to me.
Mm-hmm. No, it's really cool because like with cel shading, it generally requires a really simple kind of easy to communicate kind of like aesthetic, like design, And you see this with the reason so much 16-bit stuff ages really well is that you had to really kind of commit to your designs. And I feel like with a lot of kind of low poly early 3D stuff, they didn't really do that.
Yeah,
you're doing some weird things. Why don't you get a nice picture of that man's bottom?
Okay.
Get a creep shot. Do a creep shot selfie.
Oh, creep
Get
shot
up behind
selfie.
there. Yeah, we're doing. This is how Link would be in if he was modern.
If he was on
4chan. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's gonna go post this on Reddit. That face when you're creep shot in the neighbor's butt cheeks. Yeah, save that pictograph.
Yeah.
Get that pig. What are you supposed to do with the pig? You're supposed to catch it?
Yeah, you can pick him up. You can herd pigs later in the game.
Can you kick him? You just go kick a pig?
You can throw them.
That's good. I like that about games. Now, they kind of reused this style to do, was it Spirit Tracks?
Spirit Tracks and Phantom Hourglass both have this sort of cel-shaded style.
I like it.
Yeah, I love this aesthetic. To me, like this is especially like later in the game when you're fighting bigger enemies and when you kill them they explode into this like little purple poof, you know, of gas. Like I think it's super cool.
So I went and jumped into this. I was playing this on GameCube. Like I doing that thing where I'm trying to replay really old games that everyone says I should have played. But so much of that is also when you played them. And that's got this. The first dungeon has this whole stealth mission thing.
Yeah.
Which is real not great. Like it does not. I feel like does not hold up so hot. I've also always sucked at stealth. So there's that. I would have loved to see this this style applied to a more kind of like I don't know what you'd call it, like kind of a more traditional Zelda, like the I guess not pirate, not island stuff, you know? Like more castles, less pirate ships. Look at that. This would be so scary if it was realistic.
I know.
Fighting this old man with a harpoon.
I wanted to try and get at least to the part where you fight some actual enemies here.
Yeah.
In our 10 minutes.
Yeah, well, we're thankful for Zelda tutorials. And that's why they
this
keep
one
getting
is actually,
longer with every single game.
this one is actually pretty forgiving. It's this one's not nearly as long as the next game in the series, Twilight Princess.
Twilight Princess has the longest tutorial. It's so bad.
Yeah.
Is Skyward Sword any better than that?
Skyward Sword is a little bit better. I think that there were so many complaints about Twilight Princess, but yeah.
Yeah, my issue with Zelda is that a lot of people I think want story or they want like setup, but it's always been like that kind of misses the point. You know, like the early games are like, oh, there's a problem. There's a princess. Go do this. There's a bad guy. It's very like you kind of figure it out. Everything is just set up for you. And the more dialogue, the more like menus you're flipping through, the more it takes you out of that. And the more it's kind of like, I want to make up who Link is in my head.
Yeah. That's why I've never been a big supporter of the argument that Link should talk. Like, I don't think...
it'd be awful.
I think that there's a ton of dialogue in recent Zelda games, but, you know, I don't ever really think that Link needs to talk because you're projecting yourself onto that character. I love this counterattack system. It becomes so crucial later in the game. And I didn't realize... I played the Wind Waker HD when it came out a couple of years ago. But I didn't realize that there was a hero mode in New Game Plus. So actually, now that I've started it this morning, I might have to go through that again because a hero mode in Zelda games makes the game a lot do fun.
What do they do with those?
So hero mode, everything does double damage and you get less hearts.
That sucks. That sounds terrible.
In some games, well, see that's the thing though,
I like
right?
To farm hearts.
That's the thing is like, with the exception of Ocarina of Time, the first couple times you play through it, I feel like most of the 3D Zelda games are pretty easy. Like especially Twilight Princess, I don't think I died a single time playing it through. But in hero mode, it ratchets up the challenge some, and that's pretty cool. Like A Link Between Worlds in hero mode is tough.
See, I need to play that. I need to play that
really tough, yeah.
Because
have you not played that one?
No, I haven't. There's
really
that 2D look which I'm into.
Yeah, it's a very cool spiritual successor to Link to the Past.
Also, like that
and
game,
the mechanic where you like strap yourself onto a wall and move around, it's awesome.
That game also
the puzzles are so unique because of that one simple mechanic.
I was so immediately turned off of that game when they showed it off in like every video because it looked like a free game that would come with Windows 95, like very kind of like
really
just bad.
Yeah.
Just it looked icky. And then my roommate was playing it, and I looked over and I was like, okay, I'm completely wrong. And I think it's just because 3DS screen does not look good on a HD stream.
I feel like there's so many 3DS games that you kind of just have to see them in motion, like in the palm of your hand before you really get it. But
yeah. Ah, Zelda. Zelda. One of my favorite videos I've seen about Zelda is
look at the snot-nosed kid.
Real gross, real icky, real icky. Ego Raptor from the Game Grumps has this great video. He's a series called Sequelitis, and he talks about how he doesn't think that Ocarina of Time is a good Zelda sequel, and I think he has some incredibly valid points.
See, I think Ocarina of Time is an awesome Zelda sequel. I think it brought Zelda into 3D better than I think like it's the most perfect way to bring Zelda into 3D. Like I think it translates so much of the stuff that's in Link to the Past into 3D space. Like I think it's brilliant. But I will say that I feel like pretty much every sequel is derivative of Ocarina of Time to a fault. Especially like Twilight Princess, I feel like is almost just a blatant like second coming of Ocarina of Time. This game is the only one that I feel has like obvious trappings of that game. One, because it's the same series, duh, but also it does such a good job of creating a different, unique world. There are some things like the parry system that I think are completely original, and you know, like I keep harping on these graphics, but I think just like
it's real pretty.
It's so beautiful. Yeah. It's one of those games that I play. Every couple of years, I'll pick it up and play through it. It's like video game comfort food.
Yeah.
Like I'm always somewhere in the middle of this game.
No, that's good. And comfort food is, of course, what Thanksgiving is all about. We have some more games we're thankful for coming up real soon. Zach, real quick, you think it's messed up when they put the marshmallows on those potatoes?
The marshmallows on the potatoes?
You like that or no?
I'm a fan of that. I could do that.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, there's your answer. We're going to be back with more games we're thankful for right here on Up at Noon, the Thanksgiving Spectacular that Brian couldn't make it to.
R.I.P. Brian.